Hello, everybody. Surprise. I have a little bit of time to kill before I head to the airport and uh, hop on a plane to go to Dallas, Texas for this weekend set of shows. So I figured I'd hop on here and hang out a little bit while, what do you call it? For lack of nothing better to do. So, really quickly, I'm headed to Dallas in a couple of hours for the Dallas International Guitar Festival happening from Friday to Sunday, May 3 to May 5. And then I have a couple of shows there. Tomorrow night, I will be at Guitars and Growlers in Richardson, Texas for Sully Guitars Night. I will be joined by Sully guitars artists Adam Nunez and Justin Hold, and also Sully himself, the namesake of Sully Guitars. We'll be playing some tunes, playing some new guitars, and yeah. So if you're in the area, come check it out. Get Guitar Overload and check out these wonderful, wonderful instruments. And then Saturday, I will be at Bear Bay Seafood Kitchen in Plano, Texas, and that will be a Filipino musicians hangout. So we'll be playing a bunch of Dallas Pinoy musicians and bands will be gracing the stage that night, and then we'll figure out what to do. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay, let's see. So I'm so that this doesn't have too much dead air in between, I will focus on questions in the chat. So if you have a question, post it in the chat room. I will scan through it and I will answer to the best of my ability. In between questions, I'll play a little bit. I'll talk a little bit, and we'll see how this goes. I'll try to keep the shout outs to a minimum because that way we get to the questions and we get to more interesting stuff sorted out. Okay, so let's see who. Oh, hi Perf, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm excited, and yeah, thanks for asking. Okay, let's see. Ang ganda ng guitar. Yes, this is the Sully Guitars Elita. There it is. Okay, and this is part of Run 2 of the Conspiracy series. So go over to this website, sullyguitars.com, and you will be able to buy this there. This is currently my favorite guitar. So, um, Edsel Avellino, do you endorse Sully or Chapman guitars? I am an artist for both brands. Okay, my deals with them are non-exclusive, so I play whatever guitar I want. So there are days where I like Sully's, there are days where I like Chapman's, and uh, I'm very lucky to be associated and affiliated with these two great companies, and I'm very lucky to be able to play these awesome guitars. And like I said, our deals are non-exclusive, so I'm also free to play like this Fender right here, or my Gibson Les Paul, or whatever other guitar that I want to play. So yeah. Lemuel Rojas, how do I keep my creativity when playing on a backing track like E minor? Okay, I want to talk about that for a little bit because, oops, um, because that's something that is a question asked. That is a question asked to me by a lot of other people. Um, the best way to cultivate creativity is to go against uh, what you normally do, right? So let's say you have your set of pet licks, right, that you play all the time. Um, Try to spend some time analyzing those pet licks and then going to the opposite direction and doing the opposite thing. Okay. Uh, because a lot of times when we go on autopilot, that is we're not really thinking. We are basically just passively playing, and we're just letting our fingers do whatever it wants, right? Creativity is an engaged activity. You have to be present in it. You have to be actively thinking. You have to be uh, like I said, engaged, and you're not just waiting for things to happen. You're actually making things happen. Okay, so for example, like for me, I have a tendency to always play pedal licks, like that kind of stuff. I have a tendency to do that, and um and which is fine. But then when I find myself doing that, I try to counter it with something else. How do I counter it? So instead of going up the scale, I try to going up and down the scale, which is a stepwise motion. What I do is I make bigger interval leaps. Okay, so instead of just being stuck in one part, I try to jump around. Okay. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is to take the same lick. You don't necessarily have to change it, but change the way you play it. So, for example, that lick again. So what I'm doing is I'm picking it. I could actually go, and that changes it up. And then when you change the way you play a particular lick, then usually it opens other possibilities. Now I can go. And so on and so forth. Um, there's you can also, aside from changing the notes, you can also, let's see what else. Instead of pedaling on the bottom note, you can pedal on the top note and do that, or play it on a different part of the neck. Play it an octave lower, and so on and so forth. So that is, chasing all these possibilities allows you to be creative, allows you to come up with solutions and come up with new things. Now, the next challenge is to apply that to a backing track, right? Because when you're sitting down and just playing on your own, it's easy to be engaged that way. But then when there's music happening, what happens now is that you have to be creative with and explore new things while playing. And at the same time, you have to react to whatever it is you're playing over, right? So let's see. I'm going to take that same lick and let me find a backing. Let's see. Do I have an E minor backing track? Oh. Okay, I have an E minor backing track right here. So I'm going to play over that backing track, and I'm going to go through different variations of this lick. And this may not end up being musical, but it's an exploration, and that's what we're here to do. We explore, we find new things, and then if we find something good, we try to remember it so that we can do it again next time, right? So let's see. Let me play it through this. Whoa. Whoops. Okay, that's an overload of that lick. But hopefully you can see like all the things that I did to change it up on the fly. And yes, you will make mistakes. Like I did. I made a lot. But you are but then that's part of creativity too. You make mistakes, you learn from them, and then you take risks, and sometimes it pays off, and you have a cool new thing that you can do. Like let's see, what can I remember? Let's there's one thing I did where I did a mirror lick earlier that I just thought of on the fly, or something like that. Or I have to I have to watch this again later, and then I'll try to learn it. Maybe there's something in there that I can use again for future reference. So which brings me to another point. That is also a good practice, or a good thing to do. Try to record, videotape yourself practicing when you're going on these exploration creativity sessions, so that you can watch it back later and you can learn from yourself. Okay. So anyway, hope that's helpful. Okay, let's see. Okay, Joseph De Leon, paano gamitin ang scales in a creative way? Look out for, I have a couple of videos. Look for my video called Breaking the Scale Sound. That is you can start from there. That is one of the best advice I can give you. Okay. Have you tried eGen 18 by Ibanez? No. No, I haven't yet. But they look pretty good. Okay. Christian Manuel, your supportive wife Wilma bought you a LD system amplifier. Swerte mo naman. Okay. Hello to everybody. Hello to all those who joined this hang. Yeah, so again, type in questions. I will address questions with minimal shout outs. That way we get the most out of this time. Okay. Great Marshall. Hi Perf, this is Bobot, one of your classmates in UST. Do you have any plans to schedule going back here in Manila and have gigs? This year there aren't any plans yet. I don't know, but maybe as soon as I get a booking or a schedule to go back to Manila, I will announce it. This year I have a lot of shows here in the US. So June to July, June 15th to July 20th, I'll be touring Canada with Intro Voice with Perf De Castro. We're playing a bunch of shows in different cities. Let's see, Toronto, Lloydminster, Red Deer, Calgary, Saskatoon, Fort McMurray, Surrey, and Edmonton. So I will be. You can go to my website, perfectodecastro.com, and click on shows. A bunch of them will be on there. So, yeah. And also, check it out on Facebook. My Facebook page, go to the events page. There's a lot of info there as well. Fritz Cuevas, di ako makapag super chat. Di available sa Saudi. Sayang. Oh well, maybe next time. Uh, I do have a PayPal link on my description, so you can use that as well. Okay. 12:52 a.m. in the Philippines. Andy Soledad, thoughts on Digitech RP500? Um, I used to use that. I used to have an RP500, or was it RP1000? I remember using RP350 in my teaching studio for a long time, and it's a good starter unit, and it's a good basic unit. So yeah, I mean it's for what it can do, it's actually pretty good. Okay, GHT Sindicato, this man deserves 1 million subs. Thank you. Keep them coming. We are now, how many subs? Earlier we're almost at 59,000. How many are we now? I gotta check. Hold on. We just passed. Okay, we just passed 59,000. So, yoo-hoo! So remember, when I hit 100,000 subs, that's when I will give away a guitar. I will do a guitar giveaway. Uh, yeah, for those of you who are watching. Although it's, I don't know. I don't want you guys to hang around here waiting for a giveaway. I want you to enjoy the videos. So it actually feels weird for me to give away stuff when I'm already giving away these videos. You know, it's like, how much more do you guys want from me? Okay. Uh, Chaizikun, ano po magandang amp? Um, you can't go wrong with the tried and tested. It depends on on the sound that you're after. If you get your sound through pedals, you'll want a clean amp. So like a Fender would be good. If you're into the British sound, the any Marshall amp will is good as well. The Boss Katana is highly recommended. You know, it has a bunch of sounds in it, and it's not that expensive. I think, well, actually, the Boss Katana is actually the best value for an amp right now. So, yeah. Robidian Ace Castro. What is effectively way to write songs bass has? Uh, Effectively way to write songs bass. Um, I don't understand your question. Okay. Ednet Ziljan, anong magandang pickup for Fender guitar? I use DiMarzio pickups. So my Fender Strat has injectors. Actually, let me get that. Hold on. Okay, this is a 62 reissue Fender Stratocaster, 1989, I think, or 88. I've had this guitar for a long time, but this has DiMarzio injector set. I chose the DiMarzio injector because I tend to play a lot of heavy music. So the injectors, when the volume full up, it can get nice and thick, you know. But then if you roll the volume down, you can get like hot strat tones. Let's see. So let me show you. Hold on, I don't like this pick. Okay. Okay. Sorry. It's my wires. So you can get that heavy sound on the bridge pickup. But then if I roll down the volume, so I get your typical Strat sounds. So that's an option for you. The Cruiser, if you don't mind the dual blade look, the Marshall Cruiser pickups are also really good. Oh, okay, there it is. Robedian Ace Castro, what is the effective way to write song based on random licks from song? Okay, let me try to understand that. Effective way to write random based on random licks from a song. Actually, if you're playing random licks, analyze it and pick the most memorable ones. Right? Because usually if you pick like a memorable set of notes and then you repeat it, that becomes the hook of the song. That becomes what do you call it? A recognizable part. Let's say a random lick. Okay, so let's say that part. So that's a random lick, right? So let's analyze it. I'm going to wait. Hold on. Let me do this. There you go. Okay. So random lick. What's the memorable part of that lick? Maybe if you slow it down a little bit. Oh, there. That's actually cool. Okay, and then, so we found this repetitive lick that we can use. And then I added some chords. And then you can still, and then from there you can expand it. Try to go through other places. that can be your verse. And then if you transpose the lick to another key, then you can go to another part of you can probably go to another song part. Something like that, or maybe take that lick and then do a retrograde, meaning you reverse the order of the note. So instead of going down, maybe maybe something that goes up. Okay. There you go. Something like that. So, yeah, the best way is to just make like what I talked about in the beginning of this video. Make something, take something random and try to make it sound not so random. Take the most memorable bits and then repeat that, and that can be your riff. Okay. Anyway, have fun with that. Lemuel Rojas, can you play or give tips on jazz and blues? That's what I'm planning to spend my time with. For jazz and blues, the best thing you can do is to immerse yourself. Listen to a lot of jazz and blues songs and get the sound in your ear and get yourself really familiar with the chord changes. Okay, so that's the best advice that I could give you for that, because you can Google blues scales, jazz scales, and all that, but if if you don't have the sound of jazz or blues in your ear, it's not going to come out sounding like jazz or blues, even if you play the correct scale. We proved this in my last live stream where I tried playing the altered scale, which is a very jazz scale. Oh, see? Okay. And with me playing it, instead of it sounding jazz, it sounded Middle Eastern. But it's the same scale. So yeah, listen a lot. Listen to and immerse yourself in that genre. Jefferson Cueva, ano pong scale mode na madalas mong ginagamit? Usually, I for the most part, I mostly use minor, well, pentatonics and major scales and minor scales. But the thing that confuses a lot of people with what is that a lot of people are focused on scales when they should be focused on the chords. Okay, because the chords that you're playing over will dictate the scale that you are going to use. Okay, because it's not the scales are not the answer. You have to figure out what the chords want to be played over them, as opposed to trying to come up with trying to memorize every scale that you can. Okay, so I would spend more time analyzing the chords and the chord tones instead of trying to figure out what scale to learn next. Joseph De Leon, ano po great value for the money? Boss Katana or the Victory amps? Um, the Victory amps are really good. Okay. And I'd be hard pressed for you um to to find uh to find a comparable amp for the money. They're very good. It's unfair to compare them to the Boss Katana because the Victory amps, they have their own sound. Okay, and that is and for what it does, it is very good. The Boss Katana has a bunch of sounds, a lot of different sounds, but they're not necessarily the best sounding version of that sound, if you know what I mean. Like it has a British sound, but it's a good British sound, but it's not the best. Unlike the Victory, it's the best at what it does. Okay, as far as value for the money, the difference is also really big. I mean, katanas are fairly inexpensive, while Victory is up there. Okay, it's not a very expensive amp. It's not the most expensive amp, but that, at the same time, it's not cheap either. Okay, so it's hard to pick one over the other. I mean, if you want a tube amp, if you want the tube sound, then go for a Victory amp. Um, if you want a lot of sounds, but not necessarily just for versatility's sake, but not necessarily the best sound for each, then you can go for the Katana. Okay. Elita, kick some ass tomorrow night. Yes, we'll do, Art. Thank you. Matt Guerra, first time I've been able to see a live stream. Yes, I've been playing around with the times. So today I had some time to I had the opportunity to go to do a live stream in the morning here in LA. Usually I live stream at in the evening, Friday evenings if I don't have a gig. But let me know if this schedule works better for everybody. This is actually easier for me. I can live stream around starting 9 a.m. Los Angeles, 10 a.m. Los Angeles time, and we could do a little hang before I go about my day. Oh, Ong, hi, Singapore. My gears will be ready tomorrow. Yes, very good. I will see you in your Skype lesson once we figure out the schedule. Probably next week after I get back from Dallas. Okay. Neth BT, who's your sino idol mo guitarist ngayon in terms of pure phrasing? Um, I, let's see. The new guitarist that I listen to that I really like a lot is Gary Clark Jr. I like Gary Clark Jr. Um, I like Martin Miller, though I don't listen to him a lot, but the stuff I've heard are pretty good. Um, Guthrie, it's pretty good too. Um, let's see who else. A lot of Nowadays I listen to a lot of non-guitarists. Yesterday I was on a YouTube binge on Jacob Collier. So if you don't know who Jacob Collier is, go check him out. He's a really interesting guy. And then I've been digging our fellow kabayan RJ Ronquillo's playing a lot. Every time he comes up with a demo, it's always fun to watch because he does he like his phrasing is always on point and every note is like you know played with care. So I like his playing a lot. Um, who else? Yeah, go check those out. What type and size of picks do you use? Do you use different thicknesses for different genres? Um, okay, right now I'm just grabbing whatever pick I could find because yeah, because there's a bunch of them here, and I usually drop them. I tend to use thicker picks. That's my preference because like the thin picks, um, I find that it's not, you know, I don't like a flexible pick because I want the pick to go through the string, okay, not bend against it. So and this material like here, like the fake tortoise shell, I wear these out. I mean, this won't last two songs for me for a gig. So I have them just lying around just for me to play around with, but I don't gig with these. My pick of choice is actually my pick of choice are these, the chicken picks, and this is the 2.6 regular size. Okay. I don't like the Jazz 3 or the smaller size picks because I also do a lot of funk strumming. And with the smaller picks, I find that I hit the in the my fingernail index nail, ah can't even talk, index fingernail against the strings when I use the small pick. So I prefer using the regular sized picks like this, but thick ones. What makes these special are the bevels. You can see the bevels there, and that makes it easier to go through the string for speed playing. Um, and probably 2.6 would be the thickest I would go. Let me show you this one. At the NAM show, somebody gave me this ridiculous thing. It's like a cuff drop, and it's got bevels too, and it's got the what do you call it? The textured grip for so that you don't lose it, right? But the thing with this pick is it's so beveled that it's great for speed playing and not much else. There's no attack. I mean, it's great for like it's great for that stuff. But then if you want to chug, like you lose the attack. So if I take like a regular pick, then I can. See, so I mean that's why I don't use that a lot. Although it's interesting. It's a conversation starter for sure. Okay. Turn off the light behind you. It's killing you. Hold on. Raymond Barlow, anong gamit sa Stratio? When this live stream is finished, I talk about it in the middle. So watch it again. Okay. So 45 minutes. Okay, so that's I think I'm gonna wind this down just so that I can start preparing for my stuff. Um, I will leave you with a jam. Let's see where is that? And since I mentioned RJ Ronquillo, let's use one of his backing tracks. He has really good backing tracks as well. If you haven't seen his channel, go check out RJ Ronquillo here on YouTube. Subscribe, and if you haven't, and if you can subscribe to his Patreon as well, so that you get access to all these backing tracks. So I'm gonna play. Somebody wanted the blues, so let's do a blues song. Uh, Slow minor blues. See, I haven't played over this yet, So I have to figure out the key. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I have a new video coming out this weekend. Go check that out. And then next week I will be back to shooting. I'll probably shoot more lesson videos next week, just so that we can balance all the gear demos and stuff. And then, yeah, thanks for subscribing and thanks for joining me. And I will see you guys again soon. If I can get this playing. Actually, let's just do this. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Okay. Have a good weekend, everybody. Cheers.